Hi, I'm Kelly.
Hi, I'm Adnan.
I don't have a major yet. I'm switching into business, and I'm from right here in Rochester, New York.
I'm an international business major and I am from New York City.
First, we're just gonna basically talk about some of the points that you guys made and our opinions on it. Later in the video, we'll go into the organizational behavior theories a little bit. We'll talk about motivation and leadership and a little bit about power.
And also goal setting.
Goal
So we
setting.
feel like that's going to be important for the employees.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so the case states like the work levels have declined and the employees feel uncertain about the future. So we're just going to talk about that and see what what the Sanchez could do to help his employees feel like they could feel safe about their jobs and.
I was just going to say, I think it's kind of a communication thing again. I know I've worked in jobs where there has been like layoffs and stuff like that, and they wrote out a letter to everyone in the company just saying that no one should worry, there's not going to be any more layoffs, stuff like that. Kind of puts you at ease a little bit more. That's one solution.
Pretty much like we studied in OB that there's a communication process. It's pretty self-explanatory. Like the first stage is that there's a sender, and then the sender encodes and basically translates his ideas into words, and then there's a medium or an exchange that happens, and the message goes to a receiver. The receiver decodes the message, and pretty much like in the process something could go wrong. There's something called noise that could interfere with the sender's message, and the receiver could be getting something completely different. So what Sanchez's goal should be to try to decrease the amount of noise in the messages that he's sending out, so that employees get clear and pick up messages.
Yeah.
Don't give too much information, because then there'll be information overload.
Yeah, that's true too.
There's semantics, the meaning of a word or a phrase. That's the thing that the last question says if you would have to change decisions for the U.S. and the U.K. That would be a thing to look at, because different words have different meanings in places, and the problems we're not really having, but like with spellings and dates and stuff like that, and the jargon or
jargon.
Jargon.
Mm-hmm.
So jargon is different.
So I guess our solution for that would be some kind of memo or something, improve communication, just make the employees feel secure, let them know that there's not going to be any layoffs or anything.
So you guys talked about pay cuts in your video and how the employees could maybe take a pay cut. I feel like maybe Sanchez and the management themselves could take a pay cut first before they go and ask the employees for a pay cut. I posted a thing about this company called Ritz-Carlton. I hope you guys looked at that. And basically, when they were in economic uncertainty, all the employees they came together as a company and they all took pay cuts. I feel like this is something they could do until things get better. And as for the salespeople and the alliances, we don't feel like salespeople would be the best idea right now. And what do you think?
Just doesn't seem like they have a problem with selling. It's more they need more money within the company, with all of like the pay and just with the cash flows and everything. So it doesn't really seem like they should be hiring more salespeople. And then looking at new alliances, what do you think?
I think that's what almost any company does when there's economic uncertainty. If you look around, like the recent economic crisis, most companies were looking at like alliances to join together so that they could recover. I know you don't want the company to fall through if you're trying to just save the employees. You want the company to survive, and I guess you have to sacrifice the employees sometime. So it's either if you choose between the employees and the company, I think you would choose the company and let go of some of the employees. Maybe get rid of the employees, or you don't really need that much. But there's always some people in the company that are not really performing the best. Maybe do employee evaluations and maybe get rid of the people that are rated in the least 10%.
Mm-hmm.
So or like we can think of other ways to evaluate the employees, and just that way you aren't really firing them, you're really getting rid of them on their or you're really firing them, but you're getting rid of them on their performance.
Mm-hmm.
So
Are they on salary, do you know? I don't remember if I saw that.
It doesn't say so. That's what we're talking about. Like Drew was talking about having them have was it piece rate incentives or something. But everything for every item they build, that's how
Mhm.
much they get paid.
Right.
I feel like that could create problems too. Then they might not do their jobs efficiently. So like they feel
Yeah.
like if they can just do one, like 10 of them and then get paid a lot, they might just do them really fast and not really do them efficiently.
Right.
Actually, there's another case on that on a company called Sears. I'll post that to you guys later so you can look at that and see what happened with Sears.
Another thing too, if they're not on salary, maybe just like if some workers aren't as efficient, have them cut back on how much time they get with the company.
They can maybe hire like I know part-time employees cost a lot less than full-time employees, so maybe you could have employees cut back hours.
Right.
So that would be a better choice
Yeah. Then laying off.
than laying off.
Mhm.
Yeah. So earlier we talked about like employee evaluations or performance appraisals, and I feel like once they're doing the evaluations or appraisals and they have the employee in front of them and evaluating them and telling them how they're doing good or bad, they should set specific goals. Like we studied something in class called SMART goals. Like S stands for specific, M for measurable, A for aggressive, R for realistic, and T for time bound. Like we're assuming like things are gonna get better in the next 6 months, so we should set goals for them over this time period where they could follow these goals and hopefully it'll keep them motivated and they'll be likely to stick around because people want to see their goals completed.
I think we'll come up with some more specific goals and try to post them up on the wiki. But for now, we just know that there does need to be goals set in place and to get them motivated. So you guys talked a little bit before about alliances, and we were just like looking at that. And basically, we came up with there's like 3 different kinds of like ways to merge with a company. You want to talk about it there?
There's like you could either merge completely. I mean, like merge the 2 companies come together, and then pretty much like we talked about the employees. Some employees they have to let go, and then they retain the best employees both companies have. And acquisition is where the company just buys another company as a whole. And then alliance is where they share. They don't really come together, but they share like certain aspects of the company. Let's say our company is having problems with their sales to delivery date. They could have an alliance with another company that could show them a more efficient way to carry out their business. So they could maybe decrease that sales delivery date and maybe bring it down to a year or something like that.
So like more sharing of information than merging with another company, which could affect the employees.
It's just like gaining more experience in intangible assets and stuff like that.